Hi there, it's Hyacinth Fraser here from Property in Action. Please do subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to be informed of more videos.
Hi there, Stephanie. Can you just say a little bit about yourself? Tell us who you are, what you do.
Yeah, I'm Stephanie Taylor. I run HMO Heaven with my sister. It's an HMO management company based in Newport in South Wales. And we also run Rents to Rent Success, a rent-to-rent training company helping other people do the same as we have.
Okay, Newport. Why Newport?
I was at a crossroads. Actually, this is something I haven't really mentioned previously, but I'd lived in Edinburgh for more than 15 years, since 2000, since the year 2000, actually.
Okay.
Since 2000, and I had moved to Bristol, and I was working as a contractor in the financial world, and I sort of got a taste of the property world, and I just thought, wow, this is incredible. It's incredible what people are doing. And I was at a crossroads in my life where I realized that I wanted to get more freedom, and my mum wasn't very well.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what really pushed me, because previous to that, I'd always been sort of, maybe some point in the future, I'll venture into property. Maybe I will do that. But it was when she was ill, and I felt pushed that I needed to have that flexibility, that freedom in my life. I wanted to create that wealth that meant I didn't need to be on a 9 to 5 or a 7 till 11 or whatever it happened to be. I could have a business that worked, that really worked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tell us something about your property strategy.
Okay, so originally we went into the rent-to-rent strategy, and I first heard about this from, I know somebody else who you've had on your interviews, which was Mark and Justin. And they were speaking in Bristol at an event, and I was so bowled over because I was sitting there in the audience, and I really couldn't believe what they were saying, because so many properties and so much cash flow, and they'd been doing it. They hadn't had a background in property before that, although it was many years ago now. I think it's over 10 years ago they started.
And even longer than that, actually, for Justin, I'm sure.
Was it?
Yeah. Okay. Justin Whittemore we're talking about.
Yeah, Justin Whittemore and Mark Beale. They were both there at this event, and I was. They had done rent to rent as well. I mean, I know that Justin's done a lot of different things since then, and they were showing it. Each picture was coming up with the property and the cash flow for that property, and I thought, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And normally I would have just let it go over me and said, okay, well, that's fine for them. That's not something I could do. I couldn't do that. But because I'd had this sort of scare with my mum's health, at a time when I felt I should have been there, and I wasn't there because I was working somewhere else. And I just decided, you've got to do this. You've got to go in to give yourself that freedom. That means that, you will be able to, hop to Birmingham for a few weeks if you need to. So basically that was it. That was the start of it.
Right. Just tell us something about any success you've had in this area. How long have you been doing it for, and what success have you had?
Well, honestly, Hyacinth, it really does still blow my mind, because it's only been 2.5 years that we've been doing it. And we started in June 2016, and we started going with Rent to Rent, which we'd heard about. And I was working in Bristol at the time, and I was coming over to Newport, and I was going to see letting agents and so on. And I thought, well, I've heard that it could be a long trek. But the first 2 properties that we went to look at, well, no, it wasn't quite the first. It was the first day, the full Saturday of viewings that I'd had. 2 of the properties that we were shown that day, we got. And I've got a few tips for people if they're just starting out and they're going out speaking to agents and they feel nervous or scared, or they don't want to get stuck in about how to get the win with a letting agent. And I think it's just that what we forget is that the letting agents are looking for something as well. Actually, the service that you're providing as a rent-to-rent person can be amazing for a letting agent, because what you're doing is saying that I'm going to rent the property, I'm going to pay the rent every month, I'm going to look after the property, and you as the letting agent don't even have to advertise this property because I can take it on. So you've got no costs, or very, very, very low costs, and you've got a guaranteed income. So the only thing that's going to stop the letting agent from going ahead is risk. And so all you need to do is show that you are a low risk option, that you're
How do you do that?
That you're a safe pair of hands. Good question.
Yeah.
And it's just by being real, by being honest. And what happens is people can get so nervous that they put up that slight barrier, and then it all comes across as BS, if you want, for what the better word. But if you can just stay relaxed and be real, be honest, if you're just starting up, you can say you're just starting up. If you are, if you have actually got many years experience as a landlord, maybe you've got a couple of properties, or you've helped out a family member or friend who's got some properties, you can say that you've got property management experience, but you've just set up this particular company. But your experience in managing properties, because really it's all about that know, like and trust factor, Hyacinth, because you sometimes meet people yourself where you have something that you can give away to people, and the people who you're going to give that thing to are the people who you know, like and trust, especially if that they can help you with your business. Like we can help letting agents with their business, and we found that to be the best sort of secret to success is just be yourself, but your best self. And show what you offer them. You need to have a plan, so you need to know what you offer in advance and be able to say that in as few words as possible, and be able to relate it in a human, friendly, real way.
Yes. Can you talk to us a little bit about your first properties that you got? What kind of deal or negotiation did you have to do with the landlord? But also, before you say that, just talk a little bit about what rent-to-rent means for you. I know I've discussed it with other people on other videos, but just talk to us a little bit about what your understanding is of rent-to-rent.
Well, I'll say what it is, and I'll say what it particularly means to me. So rent-to-rent is a very simple strategy where you can rent a property for between 3 and 5 years, typically, although it can be longer or shorter. And you rent the property and offer the guaranteed rent, freedom from tenant management, and total peace of mind for the landlords every month. And for yourself, for your tenants, you're providing a lovely housing. And for yourself, the difference between what you pay to the landlord and what you receive from the tenants is your profit. So it is a very simple strategy, but a lot can go wrong because you've seen yourself people in the Facebook groups who all sorts of things have gone wrong for them. But if you get it right, it's an amazing strategy and an amazing business, and you can start with very little capital, very little money to get started and build yourself a thriving rent-to-rent business, as we have done over the last 2.5 years. What rent-to-rent really means for me personally is freedom. Because what really made me want to take that jump, because you have to go from where you were initially, maybe not knowing a huge amount about property, to running a property business. There are so many leaps of faith and where you don't know, and you have to find out, and you're unsure and you're confused, and you have to go through that fear factor. You have to move outside of your comfort zone. You have to make sure, you have to put yourself in the mindset that I'm going to do whatever it takes, and I know that I am going to have a great result, but it's not always going to be easy. And that's what I went with, and that's why because I had this thing with with Mum, where I knew she wasn't well and she needed us. I wanted to be able to have that flexibility in my life. I wanted to have that financial freedom. And also when we'd started looking into property, what we'd realised is that actually a lot of people are doing this badly and not providing great accommodation for people. And you can still have an amazingly profitable business and also provide a great place for someone to live and great service for the landlords and the agents that you work with as well.
Absolutely. So rent to rent has been your initial strategy, may still be your main strategy, but you've branched out, haven't you, into another strategy in terms of like purchasing properties. Can you just talk to us a little bit about that and why you're doing that?
Yeah, so like probably yourself, Hyacinth, when you wanted to get into property, most people want to buy property because you want to have that equity, you want to have that growth, you want to have that long-term investment, you maybe want to leave a legacy and have that all available to you. And I think that for most people who go into property, that is their longer term objective, and that was our objective as well. So we did start off, as I say, in rent to rent, and I will go back and tell you that story about the first 2 properties. But
yes.
But what we then did is we had the cash flow coming in from the rent to rent properties, and we decided to also start buying properties, and we gave ourselves a target of 50 units. So
50?
Yes, but not 50 properties. So it was 50 units. So we thought, well, that's sort of like 10 5-bed HMOs.
Okay.
If we got one that was an 8-bed, obviously that takes some of the units, you know.
Sure.
It might not be 10. So we said 50 units. And the first one we bought was in November 2017. November 2017. And we bought a commercial property with the intention of sort of thinking that we're going to turn it into 8-bed HMO.
Okay.
But we actually converted it to, well, it's not converted yet. In fact, the commercial tenant is still there and it's just extended. But we're in planning to convert it into 4 flats now. And the feedback we've had is that it's going through planning well, and there don't seem to be any objections. So we're just waiting to get the final
sign off, as it were.
Yeah. So
are you working with a planning consultant on that, presumably?
Well, we've got an architect. So
okay.
The architect is that we thought it could be. I originally thought it could be 3 flats because it's over 3 floors. Not a huge property. I mean, it's quite a big property, but it's not like massive. So, and I can't remember because that's probably what you're going to ask me how many square meters, and I can't.
No, don't worry.
Of my head, but I thought it was 3. But then when he first looked at it, he said he thought it could be 2, and I thought, oh, it's not really going to work as 2, with the numbers and everything. But in the end, it came back as 4 because the architect had put the 3 flats, but it also put in a little duplex, one on each. The bedroom on one floor and the living area on the other.
Okay.
And so therefore we got the 4 flats. So that's incredible.
Oh, wow. So what's the timescale on that one?
Well, actually we should be getting planning, I would say, within the next few weeks. The planning process should end. But the commercial tenant who we bought the property, they already had the lease in place. And they were due to end in November. They extended, so they've extended until March next month. But they've just asked to extend for a year. So we're allowing them to extend for a year. But what we'll do is we'll get everything in place for after that year. That our builders are ready to go in and conversion and all the rest of it. Yeah. And in the meantime, obviously they're paying the rent.
Yes, and in terms of timescales, we're at the end of February 2019. All right, you wanted to go back to your first 2 properties.
Yeah, so just a couple of tips that might help people is that I had gone to look at 3 properties with one agent, and I don't think the agent was interested when we had this further chat on Saturday, and I don't think she was interested. So I was left feeling a little bit deflated after we'd gone to all these properties. And actually, as a side note, she never ever contacted me again. She never said she wasn't interested. She just never contacted me again, didn't take any of my calls or reply to any emails or anything. So people are different, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I was just sort of in the town then, and then I was going to go back to Bristol, and I thought, shall I pop into another agent? And I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can face it. And this was sort of a sort of high street agent, and I thought, oh, shall I go in? Anyway, I did go in, and it was the branch manager, so it happened, and I said, did she have any HMOs available? And she said, well, we don't do subletting. And I said, well, maybe it's just more for the independent agents, because they're a chain. And she said she would have had to have gone back to her head office and get this and that. And I said, well, maybe you could consider if you have any landlords who are looking for introduction only. And so she did. What did she say about that? She didn't say anything immediately, but then she started sugaring me to look at some properties. And they had 2 HMOs from a landlord who was introduction only. So, they're not fully managing the property. They just introduced the landlord to us, and then it's up to the landlord. And then I said to her as well, then you'll see the quality and the management that we offer. And you can see if you want to work with us on another one where it's fully managed.
Okay, lovely. So I know that you've started now to move into training, coaching, consulting around property. Do you want to talk to us about what you're doing there?
Yeah, it's lovely, Hyacinth, because I know you're very similar to me with setting up your YouTube channel. You love talking property, and I'm the same. And I hope you don't mind. I can see by the grey hair. Matching here. We've maybe found it later in life, and it feels more special, and you want to share the words with other people who, if you're like me, you maybe feel, if only I had known about this, before, and that it is something that, is available to everyone, with a bit of ambition and desire, and who's prepared to put in that little bit of commitment. So yeah, I really enjoy talking about the different strategies and the systems that have worked for us, because it is actually quite a simple system. And what really stops people, and I'm no different, is that it's the mindset. It's just that humans are creatures whereby, for most of us, the default setting will be saying, oh my gosh, that's wrong. Oh no, you can't do that. Oh no, I don't think you did it well enough. So you've really got to consciously slip that on its head and say, yes, I can. Yes, I can do this. Yes, I'm not perfect, but yes, I can keep going. I'm going to keep getting better. I'm going to keep improving. And that's what I love to share with people. So on YouTube, same as you, we've got our channel as well, HMO Heaven. And we're about to launch a new channel. So hopefully by the time this video goes out, it'll be up, and it's called Rent to Rent Success. And that obviously the Rent to Rent Success one will be all about rent to rent. And but even on the HMO channel, what we found was that any videos that I did that were about rent to rent, or about strategies for getting started, the things you need to do to get started, how to get deals off landlords, how to analyze the deals, were the super popular videos. And that's why we decided to set up the Rent to Rent Success channel. But also, people contacted us on the on Messenger, on Facebook, on email, and said, do you do training? No, we don't do training. Do you do mentorship? No, we don't do mentorship. Do you do this? Do you do that? And we had to say no, and we were pointing them over to go and speak to other people. And eventually, we just thought, do you know what? Let's do it. Let's do these things.
Sure.
Because everyone's got their own way of doing it, Hyacinth, and that's what I think. I mean, there's huge people in this marketplace who are offering training, like Progressive and PIN and all of those people. But not everyone wants to go and train there, and some people want to train with people who they feel a connection with, who they feel really are going to deliver for them, really, who are committed to training, not just as a business, but as but to provide results, to have impact, to create results for people, to see other people becoming financially free and being able to kiss goodbye to a 9-to-5 and spend more time with their family or pursue their real dreams or ambitions. And those are the things that that we love and that make training as exciting to us as, you know, running our own property business.
So what's the best way for people to contact you about your training and other endeavours?
Well, we have a website called Rent to Rent Success, and it's rent and then number 2 rentsuccess.com. And on there, people who are thinking of getting started with Rent to Rent can download the free information that we have. So that includes the 6-step system to get your first deal, and it includes the 6-step system, the deal analysis spreadsheets, and also the magnetic marketing letters. So from those, people can really do it step by step themselves. So they go to that page, click get the free stuff, and then log in, and then they can download everything. And for some people that's enough. And for people who would like the fast track and to know what systems should I use, what template should I use, which contract should I use, we can provide all of that as well. And that is by joining our Rent to Rent Kickstarter training.
Okay.
And you'll see details on that on Rent to Rent Success as well.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Stephanie. So I'm going to ask people to please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and receive future videos. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be with you. And, you know, anybody who wants to get in touch, you've got the details to contact me.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Hyacinth.
Thank you.